the car you're looking at is a show car. The body is current and will be current, as going forward. But there is a new, as Alana mentioned, there is a new car, a new body, and the chassis remains the same. From below the roof line, the car is the same. The chassis did not change. What changed? The biggest thing is that what we call the greenhouse is narrowed up about 7 to 8 inches on each side, so it's a lot narrower. It gives the car a better profile.
On a normal year, like this year, 2011, the facility will get used about 300 days out of the year. Now we have our major events, the Rolex 24 with Grand Am, the Daytona 500, and NASCAR. We have motorcycle racing in March, and then another stock car race in July. But we also host numerous tests, club events. This coming weekend, the Audi Club will be here, rent the track for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll have several hundred members here that run the full road course that we run for the sports cars. In December, the end of December, we have go-karts race here on 3 different tracks. We use the flat track outside turn 2. We use the big course for the enduros, and we have a sprint track down inside NASCAR turns 3 and 4. So go-karts run here the week between Christmas and New Year's. We come right out of the holidays with testing for Grand Am. We'll have a test for NASCAR, and then the 50th anniversary of the Rolex 24, as I said before. 2012 is Daytona's 53rd season. The track opened in 1959 with the first Daytona 500. A couple interesting points about the 50th anniversary. We've really placed a lot of focus. That is a big deal for us, for sports car racing in North America, the 50th anniversary of the Rolex. The big deal we're doing is we're doing our best to acquire all of the winning cars. So of the 49 races that have run, it's the 50th anniversary, but they took a year off during the gas crunch in the 70s. We know that 42 cars exist, and our goal is to acquire about, I think we're trying to get to 35 of them. So just recently we announced that we got the 1993 number 98 Eagle GTP, and this list is impressive. We have the number 96 RCO Racing Lotus Climax 19B that won the very first Continental race. We've got a Ford GT Mark II from 1966, a Porsche from 68, Chevy from 69. I know there's a smattering of Ferraris in there, and the big find was some winning cars that are in Europe that we're just finalizing the deal on to get them shipped over. So those cars will be on display at the Ocean Center for Thursday night gala. We'll bring them out here, display them outside the facility, and then they're going to participate in a parade lap the morning of the race, and then be on display throughout the Rolex 24, January 28th and 29th. Tickets are on sale. Visit DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP and for that and all the races. Right after the Rolex 24, we'll be getting into the stock car portion. We run the Budweiser Shootout on February 18th, the Daytona 500, February 26th. Roll into motorcycles. You'll look at our nice green football field. We're just growing in some ryegrass in a specialized pattern. That grass pattern is an innovation in all of sports. We aren't able to mat the grass like a baseball field does because we put foot traffic on there for pre-race activities. So we've actually planted 2 different kinds of ryegrass, annual and perennial, to get the distinction between the colors. So last year we had broad stripes as a test. This year we went with stars and waves. So we'll tear that up right after the Daytona 500 and put a Supercross course in there. Supercross will run March 10th. Then we run motorcycle road racing with AMA Pro. March 17th is the Daytona 200. Then we'll sprig that football field and get ready for our July race. But as I said, we stay very busy around here with all types of testing, on-track activity.
I just wanted to introduce you to one of the drivers that will be racing in the Rolex 24, and also for him to just tell you some of the things that he looks at when he's racing out there. We won't be long. Joe will also join us up in the tower, where he can talk a little bit more about some of the turns and stuff like that. So you just want to tell him who you race with and stuff like that?
Hi, thanks for coming. It's a great place here at Daytona. First time I came here actually was kind of funny because I wasn't even thinking about racing here. I was racing in Europe. and there was a dog track around here, and there was a big stand for a dog track. And then I jumped inside and I saw the racetrack, and I was amazed. I'm sure you guys can feel all the energy once you come inside this racetrack, and it's really, really cool. It was a great opportunity to race here. I've been racing with Action Express for a few years. This year is going to be the 50th Rolex. It's going to be, I think, big year for Grand Am. I'm going to race with the new Corvette TP cars. So they look amazing. I don't know if anyone has the opportunity to see those pictures. It's going to be a great year. Action Express is ready. I was yesterday seat fitting on the new car, the new Corvette, and I can't wait to be here. We're going to test on the 6th and 7th of December. So we're really looking forward for this opportunity, and I'm gonna.
As we said, founded in 1999. Our first race was the 2000 Rolex 24 at Daytona. It was founded as an alternative approach to previous and other current major sports car racing organizations, with a goal in mind of keeping costs contained, maintain, and obviously also promote close competition, which I believe we've managed to do pretty successfully for the last several years. In 2008, Grand Am was acquired by NASCAR Holdings, and we operate as one organization, with marketing and research and public relations all kind of integrated within the NASCAR framework. Kind of as another step in that process, a longtime NASCAR executive, Ed Bennett, joined Grand Am in September as the Chief Executive Officer of Grand Am to work alongside our President Tom Bledsoe, who's another NASCAR veteran. Obviously, there's a strong NASCAR influence with Grand Am. It's North America's most popular and competitive form of sports car racing. We have two series, the Rolex Series and the Continental Tire Sports Car Challenge. In the Rolex Series, the Daytona prototypes and GT cars run simultaneously for class owners. Daytona prototypes are the faster class. They're the ones competing for the overall victory. Daytona prototype is what Zhao drives. And we race all on road. All of our events are on road courses. And obviously, our pinnacle event is here at the Rolex 24 at Daytona. Just a brief overview of this past season. We ran 12 races around the United States and Canada from west to east coast. We had between 25 and 40 cars in each race, a mix of DPs and GT cars. Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas won the Daytona Prototype Championship with Chip Ganassi Racing and Felix Spadas. And then Lee Keane and Andrew Davis from the legendary Brumos Racing organization won the GT Championship in a really closely contested battle that went down literally to the last few laps of the season. Bill Lester was one of the guys who was competing against Lee and Andrew for the GT title. He nearly became the first African-American driver to win a major auto racing title in the United States, wound up second in the GT Championship. And as you can see there, Bill did win a race this year at Virginia International Raceway. He's in the photo with his co-driver Jordan Taylor. He won that race at Virginia International Raceway in May, and became the first African-American driver to win a Grand Am race. Just a note on our audience, TV numbers were up 9% heading into the season finale. Average viewership of 308,000 viewers. Our other series, the Continental Tire Sports Car Challenge, had 10 races this year. They were all running companion events to the Rolex Series. That series averaged 50 to 70 cars per race. Paul Dallalana from Canada won the Grand Sport class in a BMW, and Nick Janssen from Sweden won the Street Tuner Championship in a Kia. Dallalana, in fact, was just last weekend presented with the BMW Sports Trophy, which goes to the top privateer driver in the world in BMW. There were 235 drivers that were part of that were eligible for the BMW Sports Trophy. That was the largest field they'd ever had for that, and Paul was the first North American in 10 years to win it, or more than 10 years to win it, and the first Grand Am driver to win it. So we're obviously very proud of that.
Okay, we are at the south turn of Daytona Beach. This is where the races were originally. They would make They would make the turn right there and then head back north to the Budweiser sign, of course. And then there was also, before Bonneville, there was land speed records set here. That is the Atlantic Ocean, and depending on climatic conditions would determine how firm the sand is in relationship to what they needed. And the original course was about 2 miles down, or a little bit 2¼ miles down and 2¼ miles back. They originally ran on the streets, and then came back up the beach. Oddly enough, I think Budweiser was involved. They've been racing on this beach since the 20s. And this is looking south from the north turn. There was 2 turns, the south turn and the north turn. This is the north turn. This way they would be coming up the beach. This is where the land speed records were originally set. And depending on the climatic conditions of the sand would determine their basic breaking the speed record or not breaking the speed record. At any rate, they would come up here, possibly even breaking 100 miles an hour, and come up to this bar and go through the turn. Welcome to racing's north turn. That actually could be it right there, but I think it goes around the north end of this bar. And the bar has changed a little bit over the years, but probably not much. All these houses were never here before, they say. I don't know, I was never here. The north turn.